Welcome back to the Fukaru Sport GT. Today is a weird field. You'll notice that there's 6 players here, and we are missing the top points contenders for this race. Now, why is that happening? Number one, Montana did not make par for this race. This race is probably one of the most difficult ones we've ever had, especially with finding who has to make the par time and those kind of things. The other thing that really happened is that we had disconnects, which in the role-playing racing world that we have, that means that there are players that had critical failures in their cars, and it started with RPM and ended with depth perception. So Sarku, depth perception, RPM, and Montana did not make the race today, painfully so. So it's going to be tough to see how this really pans out, because here's an opportunity for somebody like xTEAMxCHRIS, for instance, Ricky Bobby, some of the guys that normally did not get their points together. They're going to have an opportunity to catch back up and get back on the top echelons here. So if we can see, we have Ricky Bobby, who's in the pole, xTEAMxCHRIS, who's next, AndrewlzShady's Emerald, Rhymes of Tape. Amazing setup for the race today. I am really happy with how this is going to turn out. I am hoping that one of these guys are going to be able to capitalize on the race today. It's going to be interesting. Today's track, as you can see, this is the ANGL Magic Mountain. It is a really technically cool track, so I actually expect to see some crashing going on here. I expect to see some people getting smacked up as they come around corners and how they push through. Ricky's doing a good job right now, because coming off that hill, everybody goes flying, trying to keep everybody through. And as you can also see, this is a long race. We're doing them at there's going to be 10 laps here. They're about 2 minutes apiece. So this is going to be one of those races where it's going to be a long, drawn-out battle of the things the way they're going to go, and we're going to see how that's going to come together. We're coming around. You got to miss a rock right here, if you can see that. Yeah, and now everybody's going to be pulling back up here. There we go. Okay, so everybody's getting packeted up here. I am really excited to see how this is going to go. And there we go. That's going to be the beginning of the race right there. Full speed ahead. xTEAMxCHRIS takes that first position. We do have some people that are watching. So we come around the first curve here, and it looks like xTEAMxCHRIS is just going to walk away with it. Let's get to the par time right now. The par time is going to be 2:15, so that's what everybody's 2:15s are what we're going to be looking for from all these racers today. And 2:15 was, it was funny because we're practicing really early in the day. We got people doing 2:09s. And everybody was just killing the times. And whoa, Andrew up on 2 wheels. And this is a regular road, so it does that to you. But what's going to happen was they did 2:09s, they did 2:12s. People started realizing they were going to have to get. Nobody could find a perfect, and I made that like that on purpose. This is one of those things where I wanted to really test the mettle of the racers to see basically how they're going to treat this. And it was like, do you want to slow down? Do you want to speed up? One thing that they had said was they wanted to really work together to figure out what that par time would be. And that was the thing is I said, here's your opportunity to do that. And Emerald, they're trying to get inside of AndrewlzShady, but he's having a tough time with it. The guys were really trying to work together to make a masterful, even time that they were going to put together. Oh, Andrew up on 2 wheels. Emerald takes the position away. Solid pass there, but they lost a lot of momentum going into the turn. So, but that was the thing is they wanted to work together to get a time that was indicative for everybody to performance-wise. But that was the thing. It was very difficult, and I said this is one of those races that people were just going to get ousted from. It was just going to happen. There were people who were not going to make par, regardless of how it cut, and that was the thing is this was one of those races where, you know, with anything like this, and I know you guys out there who have done this before can attest to, if you run any of these events, you'll notice that people just try to keep speeding up, and it really is, how do you slow the race down? How do you get it to be competitive so that everybody gets a chance to run with it? And it's one of those things, especially with this was a perfect example. We just saw our times going up and being less and less competitive, and more to being that one person that wanted to dominate the race. And you throw in a curveball like this track, and guess what? Everybody, you gotta dial it in. You gotta, what are you gonna do to win this race? How are you gonna to get your position? And can you slow down to make it happen? Especially when everybody's telling you, we don't want you to go fast here. This is the time you need to get. And even with that, Montana made a 213 when he was gunning for a 214, and then when RPM, who had a 214, disconnected, it left him all alone with that one par time, and that was that. That's how it ended. I know that Death's going to be upset because, we have a rule that if you do not make the first race for par time, there's going on the inside line. If you don't make any kind of time at the end of the first race, there is no way for us to verify your time, and they don't make it to the second race. So that was the other thing is that there were people who did disconnect in the first race, and am I happy about it? No, but I have to stick by the rules, and we have to. Oh, we got a smash in the back there. We're going to stick with Ricky here. He's got some distance. XTEAMxCHRIS moving ahead. Actually, we are going to drop back to Emerald, see where he's at. Oh, yeah, this is a fight right here. So 218 we have with these top guys. But this is a battle right here for third and fourth. Going the distance. So the good news is, for those of you who would be afraid to race a race like this, because this race really was one of those races that, like I said, I did this on purpose to see how crazy things can get, and they got really crazy. And that's the thing is, you saw guys that were the best of us not learn to slow down and got basically slapped back. But what we're going to do for the next race is going to be a little bit leaner, so this will have an opportunity for people to catch up on points. For those who are there, XTEAMxCHRIS, who is up there in the front, bringing her race home today. Hopefully she can get a best lap. And I think it's funny they did a 10. Whoa, Andrew's around again. I raced the Coquette, so this is really an opportunity for XTEAMxCHRIS to kind of make some points back, to see where, if she can be back and be competitive again. Oh, I thought somebody crashed in the tunnel. And Ricky Bobby up there as well. I mean, that's a way for them to get caught up on points, and that'll be a four-way fight out. Oh, Ricky smashing the wall there, drops back to third. That leaves Emerald in second place. Am I correct? Yeah, there we go. Emerald, Ricky Bobby, Andrews, Rams. There we go. How do you fight it out? There's Ricky. Ricky's got a faster car. Does he throw away that part-time competition to get into this? And that's the thing is remember, there's a lot to gain from this race. He's one of those competitors. Emerald actually is doing pretty good with his timing too. Andrew here coming back. He's missed some races, so he's going to have a difficult time making it out. But still having a fun, solid race here. they come up that hill there, they actually lose a little bit of power. It's very trying to if you don't get enough momentum going into it, you can try to hit that top-notch part there, and you end up facing a long, drawn-out battle to the top. Let's see where. Let's see. Is that Emerald right there? Is that Emerald in the white car? I believe it is. Yeah. So here's Emerald. And we're gonna try. We're gonna play around Team Chris for a second here. Somebody who has been battling for points to try to get caught up has had nothing but bad luck. In the last race, went 2 down for par. SAS Montana came in, I think, 3rd or 4th position, and still with all the negatives that were placed on these players from breaking the par time, ended up coming in. Montana still got more points than anybody else with AndrewlzShady and DeathPercepshun. They still got good points for that race and was still able to maintain competitiveness. And this race right here just played tricky with everybody, and it really was made to beat people up. There was no doubt about it. I did not expect the disconnects. That was the thing is I did expect one of the top guys to probably not make the grade, but I did not expect the disconnects that happened or the car failures that we had. So it was never fun to have to tell people that they did not make the race. They always get upset, but when you're hosting these races, it's something you have to do. And I know it's not fun, but you have to stick to your guns on it and say these are the rules and this is how it goes forward. And yeah, that's how you do it. I know there's a lot of guys out there, and that's the thing is I have to say from the standpoint of you guys out there that are hosts that. I'm sure if you've hosted races or hosted shows or did any of that stuff, this stuff isn't always easy. It is very difficult to put rules down and make them stick, but you have to do it. Sometimes you have to be that dreadful overlord that holds everybody's feet to the fires and say this is how it works. Oh, now we got some problem here with Team Chris. Emerald getting ready to. Now here's the third place points standings person here who has a lot to lose right now because she needs the points, and here Emerald is knocking on her door as she's saying she's getting some lag problems, and Emerald rams into her and loses control. Pull it together. Ricky Bobby taking opportunity. Emerald, you can hear him on the mic just steaming right now, not happy at all with that performance. Still trying to get his. The colorfulness of this track was amazing. It's one of the things that really helped me out with picking this track because not only was it one of those ones where I said, I know what's going to happen here, but I also knew that the color and Ricky, and he taps. Oh. Emerald, come on, Emerald, pull it together, buddy. There he goes. Ricky's waiting for him right there. That's going to pull the entire pack together. Good move on Ricky right there to wait for him. It's tough to see that, but now Rhymes, the whole stack is going to be. Oh, wrong person. There we go. I want to get back to those guys so we can see a competitive race. And I hit the wrong button. Hope you guys can forgive me. .216 from Emerald. Look at that. All right. So So here, where are we at here? I'm trying to get back to the thing for it. Had a conversation with 2 other people outside of the game here. It's what your problem when you have too many spectators with the race. But here comes Ricky Bobby gunning at Emerald. So right now, Team Chris is staying uncontested because the biggest fight happened when Ricky Bobby and Emerald got into each other in the last lap. And that allowed Team Chris to get a ton of momentum. But Emerald has still got a faster lap. But here is Ricky Bobby acting like he just knows that this is going to be his lap. And he is... There we go. Oh, Emerald hits another hit there. Ricky's going to have to find a way to move through them and get around him if he's going to get his time right. Oh, all the way over. See, those are points deductions for getting all the way inside there. Now, can he take Emerald? I don't know if you guys are with me on this, but I am sitting here biting my nails watching this fight right here. And I know that, I mean, anytime you're going to have any combat right here, it's going to be these 2 guys versus trying to catch back up with that leader. And I think that they can catch her. But the question is it going to be, how's it going to work? Are they going to fight it out? Are they going to let each other by? I have a feeling the Emerald's not going to let him by. But I have a feeling right now that Ricky is actually the faster driver of these 2. So let's look at what we got. Yeah, see the 216s to the 217s here. Oh, and that's going to be 2 passes right there. So now we're back to, that's Emerald, solid second place there. AndrewlzShady and Rhymes back here. Andrew's been trying to get some consistency with his race for a while now. He's one of those solid racers. I love seeing him on the track. It's like you want to vote for him and say, come on, make it happen. But he ends up running into problems. We're on lap 8 right now. We got, I think, 2 more here to go. And there's Ricky Bobby once again. Just being the faster driver here with this, I guess it's a Comet SR, right? Yeah, Comet SR. So 216s, 217s. The times are all over the place. Okay, so we're going to move. We're going to go back to the pack. Let's actually move up here real quick. Take a look at the fronts. Just for a second. Moving around the turn here. Just seems to be kind of playing it safe. Team Chris needs that first place win so that she can try to make up some time to the top guys who have been getting big time multipliers when it comes to races so far because of full fields. Now I got lucky enough to have some of the top guys not make it into the race, and is now just open season. Do you get it? Do you not? So now we're going, who do we have? So Emerald, oh man, look at this. Emerald still in second place. He's got a lot of distance. Let's see how far back he is from the first position. Yeah, a lot of time to make up there. But it looks like he is going to be all by himself, and now we're going to drop back to Ricky. And Ricky is battling out with Rhymes. And Rhymes is loose. Oh, he got a piece of him. Ricky has a lot, like, oh, Rhymes. Ricky has a competitive to points that he had some problems. Did not make it to race 2, so he's actually missed some races, and that's the thing is it kind of put him in a position where he was going to have a lot of stuff to. He started off with the points, a 3-way tie for the top points leaders, but ended up having some issues. So he ended up not making a race, and then again he was plagued by not making par and then having some other issues, and it just ended up like he dropping him back. So Emerald wants to get a piece of this action. Don't know. So there's your 215 right there by Emerald. Okay, so we're moving into the 10th lap right now. So here you go, a 214. Emerald has broken par in the second position. Wow, so that leaves the 216 of Ricky Bobby to be the best lap. So he's going to get a 3-point deduction for that lap right there for second place. So now there's the thing is do you put it all on the line and go for the first because that's really what you need to do, or do you just take that second? I don't think he can make up that time. So here we're going to be with Team Chris, who is literally just, you can tell she's kind of just jogging her way through this last lap here. To try to make sure that position is solidified. You do not want to get into a problem here, because you don't want to have this happen and then crash, and then all those points that you worked so hard for are gone. That's the thing is, so you're just meandering down the strip here because she wants to make the distance. So there's Team Chris just walking across. And there it is. So here's Emerald in second. And even though he broke par, he moves across the finish line. And here comes Ricky. Right, everybody nice and together here. There it is, like 1, 2, 3. Just like wanted to finish it up real quick. And that'll leave us to one other person. Amazing race today. Team Chris capitalized on the race that she needed to get ahead of things. Emerald did get kind of a ding there, but that's the thing. He's still going to get good points for that race, so it's going to be worth it. Team Chris is going to get to catch up, and Ricky Bobby, I mean, third place is still third place when other people, didn't make the race. Let's see how at the end of the day. Look in the description for the point standings. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Sport GT Racing. See you next week.